obviously. I don't think that they will be able to bounce back from this. If I was D-Wade, I would opt out and run as far away as possible. I don't understand why you would want to stay, especially with all of the players that have been traded. Now, you do add some youth. Don't get me wrong. You're going to add in Chris Dunn, Zach LaVine, who's coming off of ACL, or I believe he torn his ACL or Achilles. But here's a question for the chat room. And maybe specifically for Mocha Bella, would you welcome back D-Wade to Miami? And where do you guys see D-Wade going? Honestly, I see him opting out and either going to the Rockets or the Cavs. I think those are two destination areas right now. Mocha says, why are we talking about the Bulls? They ain't going nowhere. It was a comment, so that's the only reason why. But yeah, they're not going anywhere. But yeah, D-Wade, I think D-Wade's gone for sure. Why would you stay? Why? There would be no interesting reason for you to decide to stay with that team. All right, so we had Nina Cross. She was the interviewed artist, gospel rapper, gospel MC, had her on the show. Mocha Bella says, hell no. We don't want D-Wade, LeBron, or Bosh back to the Heat. That's the comment of the day right there. Where's Jeff Fox at? She was in the chat room. But I know he's a Miami guy as well. But I don't know if we're going to see a big three there anymore. Gordon Hayward turning down whatever offer. So we'll see what Miami does. But we're going to play this song by Nina Cross. Had her on the show earlier. Played her song Breakthrough. Now we're going to play this song Make a Way. Once again, this is Nina Cross. You can search it, Nina Cross Gospel MC or Gospel Rap. And I'll put a link to... I'll put our information in the chat room here in a minute. But check out this song here called Make a Way. And we will be right back.
Gotta make a way where you can't escape. Plus, he'll give you things that no one could take. Then he'll put your feet on solid ground. Beat you up and make you strong and hold you down. Gotta make a way where you can't escape. Plus, he'll give you things that no one could take. Then he'll put your feet on solid ground. Beat you up and make you strong and hold you down. God is the ruler, you can't take his place. He built the heavens and the earth just in 7 days. He's the king of all kings and the Lord of lords. With the power in his hands and a mighty force. He's discerner of the spirit, he knows everything. How many hairs on your heads and the thoughts you think? Can't nothing come against you when the Lord is with ya. Cause he's the battle fighter when they come against ya. Every word that he speak gotta come to pass. Just stand on your faith when they think you're mad. When them temptations come, he make a way to flee. Don't lean to your comprehension, he'll direct your feet. Commit to good, not evil, great the recompense. Run the race set before you, watch his evidence. Gotta stand in faith on the words that he spake. Cause God is great and he faithful to do what he say. Gotta make a way where you can't escape. Plus he'll give you things that no one could take. Then he'll put your feet on solid ground. Beat you up and make you strong and hold you down. Gotta make a way where you can't escape. Plus he'll give you things that no one could take. Then he'll put your feet on solid ground. Beat you up and make you strong and hold you down. He produced and formed the world and everything in it. By him we move and we live and we can't forget it. Formed of the dust, no other creature made like us. He is the potter, we're the clay and we can't be touched. Created in his image, oh yes we have a purpose. Proclaim his name, do his will and fulfill his purpose. Make them crooked places straight and high places low. Prepare the day before our enemies watch us white as snow. His power is divine and his will shall come to pass. Remember God and what he's done when you possess his land. How he supplied all your needs by Christ's wealth and glory. Who kept you strong through your storms, fit your testimony. Christ is not a phony, every word that God is fake. He came in the flesh and walked the earth for our sake. He died on the cross so we can have eternal life. Forever grateful, so I say thanks be to Christ. Gotta make a way where you can't escape. Plus he'll give you things that no one could take. Then up, put your feet on solid ground. Be up and make it strong and hold you down. Gotta make a way when you can't escape. Plus, he'll give you things that no one can take. Then he'll put your feet on solid ground. Be up and make it strong and hold you down.
There is a dream that we must achieve that was ordered by God before the earth was seen. We gotta fall in line with His will upon this earth. It was established for your parents, knew they give you birth. This life is not our own, yes, we own God's time. Seek Him first, walk in faith, in His dream you find. And He gon' open up doors that you never seen. My God is the King, He show us things we never dreamed. His ways are not our ways, His thoughts is higher than our thoughts. Yes, we have been bought by Jesus Christ on the cross. For our sins, illnesses, by His blood we free. He is our King, our salvation, who has made us free. Don't forget where you were when God bought you out. He changed your life, kept your soul, then He pulled you out. And all glory to the Father, He's a great creator. Stay strong and believe that He's the navigator.
Gotta make a way when you can't escape. Plus, He'll give you things that no one can take. Then He'll put your feet on solid ground. Be up and make it strong and hold you down. Gotta make a way when you can't escape. Plus, He'll give you things that no one can take. Then He'll put your feet on solid ground. Be up and make it strong and hold you down.
Definitely.
I think that's great.
All right, so we're talking with Cole Johnson of Cole Sportz. Great opportunity to have this gentleman on the show, and that's Sports with a Z, not a S at the end. So, being from Houston and now living in Tennessee, I had to ask. So we interviewed Cole Johnson, and this is the second part of the interview with Cole Johnson. It was pre-recorded this week.
Okay. I try my best to follow as many teams as possible, but of course, since I live in Nashville, I follow closest now, almost by occupational hazard, the Titans and the Predators. But I still keep a tie and still keep a hold on to how things are going down in Houston with the Texans, the Astros, and the Rockets. I still try my best to do that. And since I'm in Tennessee, I try to see how things are going with the Grizzlies too. And I actually like that team for a few different reasons. But if I have to pick a team that I follow, more than likely it would be the Titans and the Predators. And look, I'll be the very first to say, if I put on my fan hat, I do not really root for the Titans. But
I hear you.
But I respect them. I respect the franchise. I respect the team, and I have no issue with them. But yeah, but as the journalist, I probably follow them closest. But I try to follow everybody as much as I can, and I try to follow everybody as equally as possible too. I try not to go overboard one team versus any other.
Yeah, and I agree with you 100%. Being a podcaster, a journalist, you have to follow everything as evenly as possible, which it is difficult to do sometimes, but I definitely hear you on that. And being here in Dallas, obviously Cowboys, Rangers, Mavericks, or the ones that I follow, but you have to look at all the areas of the different teams that you're following, and I think that's what makes it fun, but that's what also makes it interesting as well. And I think that kind of boosts your hunger in sports just in general. I gotta ask you this: being in Nashville, experiencing what the Predators have done, what did that do to that city? I can't even imagine their first time ever making it. What did that do to that city?
Oh my gosh, Ben. I got to take you back to mid-April when the Stanley Cup playoffs began. Now, understand that the Predators have made it to the playoffs many times before, and they've even advanced to the second round before as well. But for some reason, this year, the city as a whole seemed to really be into the team in a way I had never seen it before. And they seemed to be really into them from the first round. When they swept the Blackhawks, they were totally into it, and the city was starting to use. Well, the colors of the Predators are navy and mustard, so you were starting to see a whole lot of mustard spread throughout all of Nashville. Right around the time they swept the Blackhawks. Then when they played the Blues and they got through that series, the anticipation started to really swell. And by the time, of course, when he got to the conference final, they were actually having host parties publicly downtown. And it was beautiful to see this energy just sweep the city. And oh my God, when they got to the Stanley Cup final, the city threw a bash like I think I have never seen. It almost rivals Mardi Gras in New Orleans. That is how big an event the Stanley Cup final was for Nashville. I mean, they went all out. The big thoroughfare in Nashville is called Broadway, and Lower Broadway is the center downtown. It's where Bridgestone Arena is, where the Predators play, and they blocked off about a six block stretch of the street where they had two stages, one for the TV, the other for a stage where you had entertainers perform, and of course, it's Music City. They had, singers and performers, perform on stage, perform on tops of roofs. I mean, it was a big thing here, and even though they didn't bring the Stanley Cup home, it really was an event that rivals for me, because I actually got a chance to see the Rockets win the NBA championship in '94. It rivaled that for me in terms of how the city just was all engulfed in all things Nashville Predators. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Yeah, I immediately was a fan of that team, being that they were the underdog, number one, but number two, PK Subban on that team. Yes. I seen a story on him that talked about where he came from, coming up. He was an exciting player, and he showed it in his play. He showed it in everything that he did, how much hate that he got, and I immediately gravitated to the Predators. So that was the team I was going for in the finals. Yeah. Fortunately, they didn't win, but what a run. Yeah. You've got Tennessee Titan players at the game. You've got people just excited out of their minds. So it was a great experience, and I'm glad that they were able to get to this point, and I believe they'll come back stronger next year. Yeah,
I think so too. I really do think so too. And to touch on your PK Subban point, actually during the Stanley Cup run this year, when they were playing the Blues in the second round, Subban had to deal with some racism online from a Blues fan. And credit to the Blues organization, they actually stomped that out quick, fast, and in a hurry. But I always go back to, if you want to know how much PK Subban means to the sport and to teams that he plays for, he was a Montreal Canadien. When he got to Montreal for the first time this past season, he received, and I'm not lying to you, a 5-minute standing ovation.
Wow.
That tells you how much of an impact Subban has on the game and on the teams he plays for. I mean, he was so beloved in Montreal, and he is so beloved here in Nashville too. He's awesome.
Yeah, and you look on the other side with the Penguins, they have lost a lot of players this offseason, and I think you got to factor that in. One team's coming back with pretty much the same team. The other team's coming back losing a lot of players. So NHL season is going to be definitely interesting going into next year. Now, you mentioned Houston, and I wanted to ask you this. And once again, we're talking to Cole Johnson of Cole Sportz with a Z. What is your thoughts on super teams? This has been very, very active lately, especially with LeBron's name has been in it, of course. You